The love that didn't hurry. We didn't rush love, we let it find us quietly instead. In a world that demanded speed, we chose patience. No grand entrances, no fireworks on the first night, just two souls learning how to exist in the same silence. Love didn't arrive loudly, it slipped into our lives through ordinary moments. Shared laughter, unspoken understanding, the comfort of knowing without asking. We didn't chase forever, we built it slowly, one honest conversation at a time. While others rushed to label love, we waited to feel it settle, to see if it would stay. When the excitement faded and the days grew quiet, and it did. Love stayed in the way we listened, in the way we chose each other on uneventful days, in the way peace replaced uncertainty. We didn't rush love because real love doesn't need urgency. It needs room. Room to grow, room to breathe, room to become home. Some love is loud, ours was steady, and that's how we knew it was real. The love that knew how to wait, and that's what we had. In a world that moved too fast, they learned how to slow down. Everywhere they looked, people were rushing into relationships, rushing into promises, rushing into lives they weren't ready to live. Love had become something to chase, to prove, to show off. But for them, love never arrived that way. It didn't knock loudly. It didn't demand attention. It simply waited until they were ready to notice it. They met at a time when neither of them was looking. Both had lived enough life to understand disappointment. They had trusted too quickly before, spoken too soon, and given pieces of themselves to things that didn't last. They carried quiet lessons instead of loud scars, and because of that, they moved carefully, intentionally. At first, there was no spark people would talk about, no dramatic pull, just comfort. They talked without performing, listened without interrupting, sat in silence without needing to fill it. There was no pressure to impress, no rush to define what this was supposed to be. And for the first time in a long time, that felt safe. Love didn't grow overnight. It grew in the in-between moments. Text messages that didn't demand immediate replies. Conversations that wandered without an agenda. And shared laughter that felt unforced. They allowed each other to become human, tired, unsure, healing. They didn't rush love because they had learned something important. Anything rushed is usually trying to escape something else. Instead, they let love unfold naturally. There were days when doubt crept in, moments when impatience whispered, "Shouldn't this feel bigger by now?" But they didn't panic. They trusted the pace. They understood that roots grow deeper when you can't see them yet. They chose presence over pressure. And slowly, love began to stay. It stayed during hard conversations, when honesty felt uncomfortable but necessary. It stayed when old fears resurfaced and vulnerability felt risky. It stayed when life became heavy and neither of them had all the answers. This love didn't disappear when things became ordinary. It showed up in consistency, in reliability, in effort without applause. They learned that real love doesn't arrive to rescue you. It arrives to walk beside you while you build yourself. And because neither of them needed saving, they were free to grow together instead of clinging to each other for survival. Love became something steady, not the kind that burned bright and burned out, but the kind that warmed slowly and stayed warm. They learned how to choose each other without losing themselves, how to support without controlling, how to love without fear of abandonment. Because this love wasn't fueled by anxiety, it was grounded in trust. And trust takes time. They watch others rush ahead, collecting titles and timelines while quietly building something deeper. They stopped comparing. They stopped questioning whether they were behind. They realized something freeing. There is no universal schedule for meaningful things. Love doesn't operate on deadlines, it operates on readiness. As time passed, love stopped feeling like something they were waiting for and started feeling like something they were living. It showed up in routines, it shared meals, in comfortable silence at the end of long days. This love didn't need grand gestures to prove its worth. It proved itself by staying. When life tested them, when stress entered, when uncertainty knocked, when exhaustion took over, love didn't leave. It adjusted, it softened, it made space. They learned that patience isn't passive, it's powerful. It takes strength to wait, to not force outcomes, to trust that what's meant for you won't require you to abandon yourself to keep it. This love taught them that rushing doesn't create security, commitment does. And commitment isn't built in moments of excitement. It's built in moments of choice, choosing to listen instead of react, choosing to stay curious instead of defensive, choosing each other even when it would be easier not to. Over time, love became less about feeling and more about intention. And that's when they knew. Not because everything was perfect, but because it was real. They didn't rush love. They let it find them when they were whole enough to recognize it, brave enough to protect it, patient enough to let it grow. And because of that, love didn't burn out or fade away. It stayed. Not as a dramatic chapter, but as a steady presence, a safe place, a quiet certainty in a loud world. And in learning how to wait for love, they discovered something even more important. The best things in life don't arrive when you demand them. They arrive when you are ready to keep them. If this story resonates with you, take a moment to support the channel. Subscribe for more stories about love, patience, healing, and becoming. Like this video if it spoke to your heart, Share it with family and friends who might need this reminder today. And in the comments below, tell me a quote you love or one you have written that you would like to see turned into a story. Your words might become the next chapter.